After filming, rough editing, and writing a script, I never ended up posting the video I intended to make before this one. It was a video about mindful habits that make a difference for your happiness and productivity, but something wasn't quite resonating within me. The truth is, I feel rather lonely and lost right now, and by lost I mean I think I've lost some of my self-love. A lot of this has been stemming from my creativity, which is kind of what this video is going to be about. Anyways, it felt unauthentic to post a video about these habits I claim are allowing me to live softly and easefully when in reality it's been feeling a bit like I'm fighting an internal battle. Something needs to change, both with the way I'm making videos, but more importantly within myself. Despite all of this, there's one thing I'm confident about. Nature has been calling my name and I'm finally listening. If it's hard to find the love within right now, I feel like the best first step is to seek it where it is so obviously calling from. I suppose my actual journal is my diary, but YouTube is kind of like the final draft of my diary. These videos are what I've polished from my messy insights and experiences to make sense of the world. It's the wisdom that makes me feel better about life, and those are the pieces of my journey that I want to share with others. And that final draft is what art is really defined by in my eyes. I don't see my journal as art because it doesn't really say anything meaningful about life or make sense of anything. But when I organize my insights, reflections, and experiences in the form of something, in this case, a video, it suddenly creates a story. Even if no one were to watch this, the effort I've put into creating this gives a voice to something within myself that I kind of need to process. That, in my opinion, is the most powerful form of creation, the kind that sheds light on the aspects of ourselves that need to be touched. However, although I find so much meaning and creative fulfillment making these videos, the perfectionist within can't help but just want to sometimes give up. Something is telling me that that trail and that trail have been walked quite a bit because there's probably a good view or something. The only thing I have to do tonight is cook. That feels like such a good feeling. I just feel so lucky and grateful to be able to just slow down in life right now and listen to the world and have the space to make myself feel more like home. Wow. I'm in the place of creation itself. That's a pretty cool thing. It's time to take path number 2. There is something just so primal about being outside for long, extended periods of time. It's like when I'm just out here trotting around, looking at the scenery, I'm like, this is what I'm meant to be doing. It just makes you think about life so much more broadly. Like there's all of this, and we're just so compressed, I feel like is the right word, in the stressors of modern day, urban day life. So interesting because I think that part of the reason why we feel that way is because the way this world has evolved is so difficult to even comprehend. I think we're just constantly bombarded with so much that we don't understand, but we're constantly being stimulated with it, that it takes leaving and coming to a place of nature, a place of simplicity, at least for me, to really be grateful for all of the developments that we have as humans. And of course, some of those developments destroy nature, but returning to nature always puts into perspective just how much bigger everything is around me than me and my own problems. There's so much that I don't understand, and there's so much that I will never understand, and I don't need to figure it all out. It's fine to just be here. It's okay to just take moments out whenever you can and be a part of nature. Just explore it. I think there's an expectation that we are supposed to be naturally good at the things that we love. But the truth is, there is a lot that I love, creating these videos being towards the top of the list, and I suck at a lot of it. It becomes even more frustrating too, because when I'm not as good as I want to be at the thing that I love to do, I resent myself a little for it. Because I love and care about this form of creation so much, I really, really want to be good. When I don't meet my own expectations, I feel like a failure. All of a sudden, the thing that I loved creating is something I'm hating. This is the darker side of creativity, the perfectionist trying to take control and define a project's worthiness. Many times I can't even tell when I'm creating from a place of genuine expression versus creating something to appeal to my inner perfectionist, the part of each of us that never seems to be pleased. I think that the next piece to understand about this duality that comes with creating art is that visible art, that is, the art we see and engage with, is mostly good art. Excellent art, that is. There is so much media and art to consume that, of course, whatever gets public attention is going to be the content we consume the most of. Objectively speaking, good art performs better. For me, this is where the imposter syndrome kicks in. I don't feel worthy of creating videos because I'm not as good as my favorite creators. Imposter syndrome is something I think we all experience at certain points in our lives, but I feel like I just don't hear it being talked about enough when it comes to our creative pursuits. I mean, it's creativity. We are literally supposed to be doing the opposite of self-comparison when we are being creative, but it feels almost impossible in this day and age. All of this feels like there isn't space for mediocrity in the world of artistic creation. Well, there is, but nobody talks about it, because who is going to talk about mediocre art? Okay, so then how do we, or in less of a generalization, I start loving the process of creating my mediocre art, my mediocre essays, my mediocre videos, my mediocre blog posts? How are we able to separate ourselves from the pressure to be exceptional at the thing we love and instead just love to create? A big question I had to ask myself on this trip was, if there wasn't another person on this planet to share my creations with, would I still create? And if so, why would I create? My first answer was an apparent yes. Creating is something that brings meaning into my life. Like I said, these final draft diary entries are my organized insights that speak to something I need to take a closer look at in my life. They are proof that I've successfully implemented critical takeaways from an experience. Creating gives meaning to life more than just living it. Creation is the process of saying something about how you lived. Creation allows you to define your own experiences as you wish to do so. Both consuming and creating art is the vessel in which we perceive life. All of those reasons to create art are completely intrinsic, and this is what I've been reminding myself of when I create my mediocre content. It's okay to create mediocrity because it's the value it holds for yourself that really matters. If that strikes a chord of empathy in someone else, then all the more power to you. But art only really needs to impact one person. This is so pretty. The Pacific Ocean is right there. All that means that we're almost to the top. At least I think it does.